won't let you die.
The game is more fun in co-op.
The M on his chest! That's the weak spot! By the way, I'm Wan-Wan.
Pleasure to fight with you, Wan-Wan. Call me Yin.
Name's Link.
Congratulations, you have unlocked the bonus quest, Co-op Achieved. For the very first time, Emerald will grant you rewards that were never before seen.
Let's breaking the mirror. We shout and word. It doesn't matter whoever, however, wherever. We got nothing more. You came from the shadow, she falls from the glow. Don't even need to know whoever we were before. We better than me, us better than me. Stay together, let it go. We better than me, us better than me. Stand together, let it go.
Dare to dream.
Well played to your new world champion of F1.
Rise to the challenge.
Red Esports are your M2 champions. Another world champion, Blacklist International.
The universe is yours. Are you ready to own the world?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and pets alike, welcome back to the North America Challenger Tournament knockout stage. I'm your host, Assassin Dave. Today, we welcome the first round of the top 16 to top 8 elimination stage, featuring BTK versus Team Meta, as well as some other incredible teams that you will get introduced to by our amazing caster. That's right. And also have a star casting lineup today that a lot of people have been requesting for quite some time. Since 2 weeks ago, since 1 week ago, since 3 weeks. So maybe in DMs, in public, everywhere I've been receiving all those messages. The enthusiasm is insane. And today you get to see those casters, your favorite casters, again with me for the first time. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we got some questions of the day. Yes, the giveaway continues in the NACT North America Challenger Tournaments. Make sure to answer those questions in the chat with your Discord tag tagged along. This way, our moderators can contact you if you win the prizes and send you some surprises. That's right. Question number 1. How many kills is BTK going to get in game 1? Is it less than 10 or more than 10? Question number 2. Which team will proceed to top 4? Is it going to be Hikaru Esports or Black Bulls in the second match? Let us know in the comment section down below right now. Make sure to tag your Discord. This way, you can get some surprises for the prizes. I like that. Anyways, with that being said, our first match is already in preparation. Our casters are eager to introduce all the teams, all the members, the matches to you guys. So I'm gonna quickly send it over to our incredible, the two and only sexy and charming caster stats featuring Mirko and Combatcatgaming. Let's go.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Assassin Dave. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the caster desk. Once again, man, the hype is unreal. The battle for top 8, and we're starting things off with a big one, man. BTK taking on Meta Combat.
Such a big game. I know everyone's been waiting for this BTK game. I've seen in all the messages in every comment section of the NACT tournament. When's BTK playing? When's BTK playing? I thought BTK was on today. Well, here they are, everybody. Welcome to the biggest NA tournament that has ever happened.
Absolutely, man. You know, right now, the wait is over. The wait is over, right? We're here, and this time it's going to be different, right? Because the stakes are higher this time around. It's the battle for top 8. We're already at the top 16. We're going to see some crazy things too, because we've seen a couple of adjustment patches come through here and there in MLBB. But before that, we're going to take a look at the brackets so that you guys can visualize what's going on here, and you guys can see all the upcoming matches that you guys will be able to see. But firstly, ladies and gentlemen, again, the NACT questions of the day. You guys can answer here in the comment section down below. How many kills is BTK going to get in game number 1? A, less than 10. B, more than 10. There's also question number 2 for our second match of the day. Hikaru Esports or Black Bulls? Who is going to proceed to top 4?
And then we have the bracket here. So this is to decide the final 8 teams. Who do you have your sights set on, Mirko?
Honestly,
apart from
apart
from BTK. Apart from BTK.
Apart from BTK, honestly, I've heard a lot of good things from Area 77, right? Trex, literally. Trex. He's a fan of Area 77. He's trying to convert me over to the Area 77 fan club. Yeah. But I don't know why, man. Hikaru, they're pretty charming. They're pretty charming. Maybe it's their logo.
They have taken my heart. Their logo. Oh my god. The Phaeton Savage. It's got everything. I'm ready.
The TCC crazy plays, honestly, like on every hero that he played in on day number 1. It was very, very impressive, honestly. Like Hikaru Esports is kind of like the standout in this tournament, right? Everyone expected BTK to perform well. Everyone expected Area 77 to be the new contenders, but I don't think we expected that from Hikaru Esports, who are going to be playing in match number 2 of the day number 5 here. And again, we're starting things off with BTK going up against Meta. But let's talk a little bit more about this match combat. BTK against Meta. Meta, they're actually able to beat their opponents pretty easily, right? By actually waiting. They were up against Alter Ego from NA. It was pretty interesting, like the way they were able to beat Alter Ego in that match. It felt like they don't really play for that early game. They just kind of wait up
They wait
until
for
they
that,
get their
for that
power
late
spikes.
game.
Mhm.
It's all about, to be honest, it's all about macro plays. Macro plays win the game. You can watch. We're about to head into the bad picks right now, so let's head right there. And there we go. So we have
we're
the
gonna start
first
it off.
ban there on BTK.
The fire of battle.
Masha. Okay, this is already very interesting here, right? You can already see the Masha ban come through from BTK. You can already see a little bit of respect, maybe, because what about you? You know what? Let's ask you, the roamer, right? The roam player. Have you been seeing a lot of Masha roam recently?
I haven't been seeing a lot of Masha roam, but I know BTK love to take out the Masha. They love to take out the Cho because they really disrupt Zane in the jungle. And when Zane's really got a set plan early game in the jungle, even if his team is fighting, he's still going to get the objective so he can get his power spike and then help his team. So I think it's really important just to take out the heroes that can disrupt, the key players like Zane and Zia, just trying to take out their late game damage. And we do see Fanny.
Again, we're seeing just a whole lot of early game respect, I feel like, from BTK. Like you mentioned this.
100%.
Zane really likes to play into that mid stage of the game he really just likes to play with those mid game power spike heroes, right? Obviously the Yi Sun-shin, one of his signature picks, but I've actually encountered the Masha in my games before, the Fanny as well, but Masha right now is just really annoying, right? Because it can be flexed. You can play her in the XP lane, you can play her in the roam position, and it works it works well in both of these lanes, in both of these positions, and especially in the roaming position. If you're a person like Moba Zane, a person who wants to play that Yi Sun-shin, or a person who wants to make it into that mid stage, this is going to be a solid ban. But on the other side, we're already seeing the prio bans come through as well, the Julian and the Wanwan.
You have to take 1-1 away from Zia. Like, we've seen Zia perform time and time again on that 1-1. And Julian, we've also seen Kush really play that Julian as a flex pick. Like, you really don't know where Julian's going to go, and Kush does really well as a setup sort of mage for them. So 2 awesome bans.
Two incredible bans in my opinion, right? Because the thing is, well, 1-1, pretty self-explanatory, best hero in the game. But for Julian, right? Flex, very good flex potential, especially now. Like I've been seeing a whole lot of people playing this hero in the XP lane now. So even now, after the hero has been released for like, I think this is the 3rd month, right? This is the 3rd month. And people are still experimenting, right? They're still looking for new ways to bring this hero into the Land of Dawn. The XP lane is the newest addition to this list, and honestly, it's been pretty annoying as well. So getting it out of the way is pretty solid, getting a lane bully out there. But for the final ban, I feel like they should target Shark here, right? Maybe a Franco ban would be good, going for a ban towards maybe perhaps a Kufa or an Atlas, but no, they go for a Valentina ban.
Okay,
also
it's a
pretty prio hero.
It's a good ban there. It's a definite prio hero for sure. But then again, you can always... There we go. The Franco first pick from Shark.
There it is.
Gotta watch out for those hooks.
Oh man, it's just so menacing. But you can already see this is what I like to see, honestly, right? You're up against BTK, the favorites. Let's not hesitate. When we go for these picks, let's go for it instantly. You know that we're up against a Franco. Let's go for the Yves here. Maybe get a little bit of pressure down in that mid lane with the wave control that she has with the spammable abilities. A lot of poke there, and they get the Beatrix as well. They want to take these 2 heroes. Again, limiting the hero pool coming in from BTK, but is that a Bruno? Whoa.
Okay. I think we're just flexing here.
Just flexing the skins out, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to get the
feeling it
skins,
out.
go and buy diamonds.
Head over now to the shop and you can get yourself some of these skins.
This is interesting because again, Karina was actually left open, right? And this is actually such a good hero currently. I cannot stress this enough. I've been saying this in my streams every single day. I've been spamming, abusing this hero. I think she's the most broken jungle hero currently in the patch, and I don't know why it just flew by my head because it was left out of the bans.
I really thought they were going to take out the Karina with that last ban instead of the Valentina, because giving Zane a Karina, like, Zane is one of the best like players that I've ever seen play Karina by the angles, because Karina's more of an angle sort of fighter when it comes to late game. She can't fully dive in. She's got to pick off people, you know, make sure that when she hits that ulti, she can easily escape and not get caught by the other team. But awesome pick by Zane, and then they've got the Esme. So I'm a bit surprised that they were quick to pick their EXP laner, because now you can get easily countered by the Dairoth or, you know, Thamos or Uranus. There's a lot of heroes that you can sort of pick to go against that Esmeralda.
Your team is
I agree, but I feel like that window has kind of closed on itself, right? Because this is good timing from BTK. The way they're drafting right now, they pick up the Prio heroes and they pick up that Esmeralda in their final pick in that first phase, right? Limiting the options of meta. If they don't pick up a jungler, it's gonna be kind of tough, because again, if you look back at the first match that meta played against Alter Ego, they really like this Balmond pick, right? When they go for the Balmond, that's usually when they find success as well. Same goes for Alter Ego back in the game against them. So now they're picking it up for themselves. They feel like it's still more prio. Again, this is something that's pretty new to me. As an Indonesian player, as a person who's been playing in the ranked games in Indonesia, I haven't been seeing a whole lot of this Balmond, but in NA it seems to be very prio here.
Very prio pick, yes. It's just the damage that you can put onto an objective, onto the enemy's jungle with the lethal counter and the retribution. It's a whole. I think it's more than 4,000 damage that you can put on at one time. So it's a very good objective clearer.
It is. It really is solid here. I've seen it in a couple of games. Very dominant in the early stage for securing these objectives, but there you go. As you mentioned, that prediction coming through, the Dairoth ban, one of the heroes that can actually absolutely demolish Esmeralda in that 1v1, especially in that laning phase, will be banned down. And this will actually be kind of tough for meta now, right? What do they want to pick in that XP lane to go up against the Esmeralda? Who can really withstand the wave clear, the poke, and just the overall presence that Esmeralda has in that XP lane, especially considering that they have a very high kill pressure team right now with the Franco, and the Karina is going to be roaming all across the map. Kaja is being hovered with the Cho, and also
what about
the hero that they were hovering just now?
What about Terisla right now? Kaja.
Kaja Cho. Mm-hmm.
What about the pick of Terisla right here? I know he got nerfed, but it's really his distance of his penalty zone that got nerfed. So you're really taking away his you're taking away the chance that he could, you know, possibly roam a lot more and help team fights, but he does win a lane against Esmeralda, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like Terisla, I guess this is kind of a skill matchup, right? If the Esmeralda just completely, you know, dodges the lane, goes just for the proxy over to the enemy waves, it is going to be kind of tough for Terisla with low mobility. So they kind of opt for the Ruby here. They want to add a little bit more mobility, maybe some disengage pressure, and maybe some pick potential. But this is really smart from BTK, honestly. They already have such good early game pressure heroes. They need to get maybe some insurance for that late game, right? Pick up the Bruno in that laning phase, another bully. Going up against a Beatrix, it is going to be kind of a skill matchup, but the Sicilian, there it is. You know, that's the late game insurance that they're looking for.
But then you do get counted out by the Lolita. And I think as a smart mage, Kush can definitely, you know, get around the Lolita counter 100%.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking at the late game sort of potential. I think BTK has a little bit more of that upper hand, I would say. Who do you favor for the draft?
Well, looking at the draft, I kind of agree with you, right? If we take a look at BTK, they're very well-rounded here, but I feel like I can kind of say the same for meta. It's just a matter of BTK getting maybe the more prio heroes here, right? They did secure Esmeralda, they did get the Franco, and the Karina, which I still, again, want to reiterate. I want to say this. I want to emphasize on this. Karina is currently just broken, especially if you go for that damage. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping into game number 1. Into the line of dawn, we go for the first match of the day. BTK taking on Meta.
All right, let's go. Do we see Shark trying to invade? I think with the recent patch, isn't this really... It doesn't really work at the moment. trying to invade and delay the enemy jungler.
Yeah, I feel like what Shark is doing right now is just trying to get vision, you know, opening up the map a little bit.
And we do see
But it
everyone
does
just
seem like-
really just feeling it out at the moment.
Yeah, both teams just feeling it out. They don't really want to go for, you know, crazy aggressive plays this early on, especially considering that, again, BTK's kill pressure. Shark already looking for the hook there, down below. Almost gets it onto the Beatrix, but good movement and a good read from Sirius down below. In the top side as well, we do see Fried Chicken winning it out in the trade against Annie. And Meta, in the early stage, we can already see them kind of, you know, they're kind of losing in these lanes individually, right? Annie in that top side and Sirius also getting shoved in.
It's all about the, you know, to be honest, for the side of Meta, it's about the macro play. If they can out-rotate BTK, then they can really, really press their towers and really take Zane away from that sort of jungle, because Zane showed when his team is on the back foot, he'll go push the lanes and sort of take himself away from the objectives.
Yeah,
so it's all about
the
that
thing
macro
is, right
play.
now, going up against the Balman, right? It's just really tough for Mobile Zane to really look for any of these neutral objectives. The first Lethal Wanderer, BTK didn't even try to contest it because, again, Meta, they just have so much pressure on that Lethal Wanderer. But down below, that's going to be a dive here as they go for it. 3v1 under the turret. Zia will fall. That's the first blood taken away, but it's going to be Shark going for the hook, trying to look for compensation, but he might be dove on next, and that's easy for Hal, taking a whole lot of damage from the turret. Mikasa popping the sprint, jumping all the way under that turret to pick up the kill onto Shark. He finally does it with a few, few crazy movements, few crazy jiggles there.
But they did give the turtle, so they were happy to give the first blood. The 2 kills over for the 1 turtle. I don't know if it's really, you know, 3 kills.
Yeah, 3 kills taken down now. 6 goes in for another stun onto Shark, who gets the hook. But again, it feels like BTK, they're being out-traded right now. Fried Chicken goes for the proxy, clears out the wave now. Will be forced out of that jungle. It's easy for Howl. This guy, he's just putting on so much pressure on all sides of the map. Bottom side, now top side. They do pick up the favorable trade here. They're already ahead by 2,000 gold.
3 minutes into the game, and they were able to press that bottom tower. So really, they're saying, we know that Zia is one of your win conditions, so we're going to make his life hard and not let him really farm up too much. And now you see Beatrix trying to go down and get that more of that gold plating in the top lane. I love the rotation and the movement from the side of Meta.
Oh. But down below, though, Shark goes over Bloody Hunt. Will be able to connect that hook onto Annie, but it is a Ruby down below. Not really that easy to target. He doesn't have the flicker, though, so maybe now they can look for a dive. Perhaps with Mobazane also rotating aggressively into that bottom side. They want to look for a trade, but it seems like Annie really aware currently. Cancels out the recall, though. This is going to be dangerous. Shark opens up the map. They will just be able to zone Annie away from that turret, pick up a little bit of gold, but in that top side, once again, that's going to be the Numenon Blast by 6 to the flicker, and the real world manipulation will be popped as well. White Chicken caught, pinned down on that turret, but there is no minion wave there. Just help Meta look for that pickoff. Down below, trade goes through. Shark has rotated up top, and Meta will be forced to back out of this turret push here in the 4th minute of the game.
The way that Meta is really just pressing BTK at the moment is it's just affecting the way that they can farm, and like BTK is scrambling at the moment. I feel just scrambling to try to get their positioning back. And then you do see the retreat and the lethal counter. They're able to just take that turtle down.
Yeah, but how? He got the retribution, but now he's going to be caught out. But a Numenon Blast comes through. Mobazane jumps in, will be able to pick up 1. That's going to be serious, jumping away with a flicker, but he will fall next. A double kill for Mobazane. He's looking for the triple kill, and this is where BTK are able to find that compensation and come back into the game instantaneously. The goal lead that we saw earlier, 2,000, 3,000 built up, now almost completely gone.
I really don't know why Hal decided to flex there. He should have just gone back into his jungle and farmed a little bit more. Going in for that engage sort of really just takes away that turtle you just got. And a bit of the good work that you've done early on. Really even the game up now.
Yeah, if you take a look at the items, wait a minute, 6 though, top side, looking for the Numenon Blast, gets it onto Tunit, Biru's Passion to follow it through. Kush goes in, tries to look for a pickoff, but it is going to be Hao who zones Kush away, forces him to use that sprint, a valuable resource already popped here. That's going to be the real world inflation, popped and used. Kush caught in that immobility and will be taken down. That's a killing spree already for Mikasa in the mid lane. This guy was such a huge factor for meta in the first match of this tournament, the knockout stage, and now you can see him shine once again. 3-0.
Mikasa is one of the best mages I've seen in the NACT. The way that he positions is amazing. Like you just seen there, the way that he positioned, he like most people wouldn't have been able to catch that Sicilian with the sprint activated and the you know, the Bat's Feast activated, because that movement speed is so high. But just the placement of that ulti of real world manipulation is just amazing by Mikasa. Good game sense.
This is insane though, right? Combat, this is crazy. What we're seeing right now, meta, they're out-picking BTK in the early stage of the game. They're going in for more, and Mobazane, he's actually going to be forced to be, you know, he's forced back into his own jungle. As meta, they put so much pressure on the map. They got the 2 turret lead here, right? Compared to BTK, who only has 1, and they've been the ones securing every single turtle so far. This is going to build up, that XP lead coming through. Sure, Bruno has been free farming, but it's going to get rough for them in the stage. 6 goes in for the stun onto Kush, and my goodness, that shot from Sirius from the mid lane with the Renner goes in, but Shark will be able to pull up. Just a roamer though, that's not what you want to look for. Instant collapse, the Numenon Blast onto 2, and the real world manipulation to wipe BTK off that mid lane. Meta, they want to look for that upset. White Chicken trying to buy some time, but he's gonna get stunned up. He's gonna get taken down there by Mikasa, who is unstoppable. What is going on?
Meta is just like putting down their will right now and saying, BTK, what do you have? And honestly, I just really like the way that meta is forcing BTK back every single time, changing the team fights into a counter attack and winning most of the time. I think BTK has one team fight, one trade to the side of meta.
Yeah, I mean, right now, buddy, I'm glad I woke up early for this, because I am wide awake now, you know? I can throw the coffee out the window. This is a game, and this is already so different to what many of us expected. We expected BTK to stomp, but this is not what they're doing right now. Mobazane, almost there. Still has that first ability to get out, but they're
real
actually
world
committing onto this.
manipulation.
Mobazane losing out a lot of HP. Sirius jumping in with a Renner shot. A Shark will actually be the one to fall there. Now Numenon Blast once again by 6, trying to lock Kush down, but the sprint once again from Kush gonna be popped there to get out. Meta out rotating and picking off BTK members all across the board.
They're just doing the meta game better than BTK at the moment, and it's
like
really
that.
strange because BTK is one of the best macro play teams I've seen in NACT. So yeah, they've really done their homework here, and you see Zane's not even going to try to contest this Lord here. Give it to the side of meta. All you can really do right now as BTK is damage control. Trade a tower for the Lord. Trade a kill for a tower. I don't know. As much as you can do, try to get those objectives.
Oh my god, look at that once again. Sharky goes in for the play, but it actually turns around on its head. Meta is the one who actually come out on top from that. 3-0, they're looking for more. Mikasa going under the turret onto Kush. He will be able to slow him down. Will he just get this without the real world inflation? He dives into the turret. Kush gonna get doomed on a monster kill from Mikasa. Absolute domination from Meta here in game number 1. BTK have no response whatsoever. With the Lord marching down, they might be looking to go for more here. Falling Star Moon onto one member. Hal gonna be caught out there, but it is gonna be White Chicken who loses all of his HP. Mobazane jumps in only to retreat as Meta, once again, they're pushing the tempo. They're looking for more. Mobazane gets pushed back into the base, and the real world manipulation gets popped up and used now that they know that Shark doesn't have the Iron Hook, and he's still not able to connect on it right now.
And they did get that tower just there. They did push enough to get through the mid and take a couple of them down at the same time. So it's an awesome push by Meta.
Good hook there by Shark, but he's going to get punished once again here by the Luminine Blast. Falling Star, we're trying to look for the re-engage as he will be locked down. The lethal counter takes a chunk, and Sirius takes the kill. They're looking for the siege once again, but there you go. That's the hook you want onto Howl. They pick it up, and now Kush going back in with a bad feast, trying to look once again to just zone Meta away. Buy some time for BTK to, come back into this game, but so far it feels like, Meta, they've just been forcing everything on BTK, not letting them think at all.
Yeah, Meta has not taken the foot off the pedal at this moment in time in this game. They've literally been 100 from the start of the match to right now, and I'm just hoping that they can keep it going, because I would love to see BTK on the back foot and really, really, put in some work and see what they got. See if they can answer this.
Yeah, and the thing is, Combat, it's going to be the first time in a long time that BTK will have to play from behind. Can you remember the last time they had to do this in NA, right? It has to be M3. That's when they were actually able to play it from behind there. But look at this, Mobazane looking for the flanks, going to get zoned away by Howl, who opens up the map. But let's talk a little bit about that, right? During M3, how were they able to adapt against an opponent who had this much aggression in that early stage?
Well, it was really just the way that they, I sound like a broken record, but their macro play in M3, that's where it really improved, and they sort of worked on it a lot there. We don't see Cardi right now. Cardi is probably, when Zane plays a damaged jungler, I like to see Cardi in the lineup because he offers that playmaking off-lane ability that can still sort of act as a second proxy tank to Zane. So I think that's like one of the issues here, because when Karina goes in, you don't really have a front line. You have Esmeralda. Franco's more of a hide in the bush hook sort of hero. Maybe scare some people off and make them think that you've got the bloody hunt. But yeah, again, it's a strange matchup. What do you think, Mirko?
It's a very strange matchup here, but wait a minute. Again, they're just under the turret onto BTK. Mobazane, it's the only one left. What's going on? They're looking for the base. They're looking for the end. 1-0 upset already for the first match of the day, the first game. And BTK are on the back foot. Meta have just... What in the world happened?
GG's well played, Meta. I'm lost for words. Even with Annie, Annie didn't really get much kills there, but Annie was more of the, like I said, the second proxy tank that BTK sort of was lacking there right at that moment. And then you do see the damage taken, so Franco's not much of a frontliner for a sort of Karina, so that's what we've seen there. And the only frontline that they had was fried chicken, and yeah, I don't think it was enough. It was not enough.
Definitely not enough, man. If you take a look at the items too, you can see that, again, it was pure dominance from the items, right? BTK just did not have any resources here at all. Even Zia, the guy who was left to farm alone, it felt like he wasn't really able to reach that power spike fast enough. And the Beatrix, Sirius, he was popping off, man. In this high-stakes situation, he was serious. Yeah, he was playing with serious intent to win the game. That's something that's, again, very, very surprising. You're up against the tournament favorites here, right? As an amateur team here, you're up against the team who went and achieved 3rd place in the World Championships. To have that level of composure is really something to be respected. And now BTK, they're going to have to respect Meta.
100% you have to respect Meta. Like, you're down 1-0. If you lose the next game, I'm sorry to say, BTK, you're out. And Meta, the new Meta?
Is Meta the new Meta? That's the thing right now, because that's the question on everyone's mind right now. BTK losing even a single game is surprising, right? Especially in that 100%. Fashion. It wasn't close, Combat. It was a one-sided stomp by Meta.
It was a stomp. if you took the names away from that game, you didn't tell anyone who they were, they would think that was a ranked game. I'd hate to say it, but BTK really have to lift up their game. That was a little bit... I don't want to take anything away from Meta. Meta did amazingly. One of the best team... I think Meta, the way that they played in the past maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I don't think I've ever seen a team really press BTK like they did. They couldn't even breathe.
The last team that was able to do that was Onyx PH, right? But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a break here, I believe, to wait for the next game. Ladies and gentlemen, Combat Cat and Mirko, we're signing out.
I think we're going to the band picks now, Mirko.
Oh, we're going to the band picks. All right, my bad. We are going to go to the draft of game number 2 instantly here. Okay, so there's no break at all. Game number 1 by Meta, and they're already looking for game number 2 as they actually choose. They opt to go for the first pick this time around with the 1-1 ban. Still, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Combat.
She has to be taken out. She is priority pick or priority ban. Same with Valentina. Like, you're really just inviting, you're telling if you have Valentina or you have 1-1, your opponents have to pick off that. They can't give you a good ulti for that Vexana. They can't choose a hero that gets too close to the 1-1. So awesome bans there. Marsha we see being taken out, and the Franco. 2 heroes that Zane hates versing with the suppression and the early game engage from the Marsha. So not too surprised there with those sort of bans.
Yeah. I mean, right now, if you take a look at it, right, it's literally the same bans from Meta. From BTK, we can already see a little bit of adaptations here. They are already going for the Franco ban here. They went for the Franco first pick earlier on, but now you just want to get that out of here. Atlas ban coming through from Meta. Just take it away from Shark. BTK looking for the final ban. Do they want to take that Balman out? Or perhaps do they want to ban the Karina? Now, there are still a lot of heroes up for grabs. They can go for the Xavier ban because we saw Mikasa play a mean Xavier on day number 1 of the knockout stage. We've also seen the Yves literally just in game number 1. There are a lot of options to think about for BTK to ban.
I think you wouldn't, just on the side of BTK, I wouldn't really take away a mage from Mikasa because Mikasa can play, like they just showed, they played the Eve amazingly, tower diving as an Eve. I've never seen that before, and getting a kill. So I think it might be a little bit redundant trying to take out a hero for Mikasa. They do take out the Julian. I thought they were going to maybe try to get that pick for Kush.
Which I was made for.
Yeah,
we do see the
Eve.
Eve
that gets first picked.
What, like you said,
Eve actually.
Like you said, what's not broke, you don't have to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going up against BTK in game number 1, I feel like, sure, everyone played their part there, but the Yves played such a huge part. It was the most impactful hero in that game, obviously on the hands of Mikasa. But now we're already seeing a little bit of a shift as BTK they prioritize the Beatrix and the Xavier. This is where perhaps they might, stop playing around with the picks. They don't go for those crazy picks anymore, like the Bruno that we've seen even in the first day. When we did see that Bruno, it didn't really have the impact that I expected. Combat?
I think Bruno's like he's a nice marksman, but I put him in the same group as I would Ithrio. But I would put Beatrix, 1-1, Clint, Claude. I would put those sort of marksmen and Brody even in that sort of top echelon of marksmen. But they sort of drop off late game, if you're not choosing those, 4 or 5 marksmen. And we do see Esmeralda picked again and allowing BTK to play the Dyroth.
Yeah. The name of the game so far from Meta, I feel like, is trying to get that lane pressure, right? in game number 1, I felt like actually BTK were the ones to have that lane pressure in that early stage. They were actually winning out in the side lanes as well. Esmeralda in that XP lane, we saw that the Bruno in the gold lane, even though in the end, Bruno was actually outdamaged, outclassed kind of by the Beatrix. In that early stage, it really felt like Bruno was the one putting pressure on meta. But now they're trying to switch it up, right? Now they want to play with that early pressure. And with that, I feel like BTK might have to, really think about it. As the last pick, I think Dairoth is the way to go, right? Either Dairoth or I was about to say secure a jungler for Zayn, but they go for the Uranus here. A tanky member, good matchup against Esmeralda. But again, what do you think about this?
I think it's an endless battle between those two.
Yeah. It doesn't end.
It doesn't end. It's a good battle, but this will come down to mechanics. Fried Chicken's mechanics versus Annie's mechanics to really, can cut the lane and impose themselves at the objectives. Because we didn't really see that from Fried Chicken last game. He didn't really make a presence felt, at the objectives, at the turtle, at the Lord. So it comes down to the mechanics and the rotation game of Fried Chicken and Annie to see who could win out that battle. What do you think about what do you think about the Beatrix versus the Clint matchup?
This is a very interesting matchup, in my opinion, right? Clint is, we'll just say it blunt. Clint is one-dimensional. When it comes, especially into this matchup, Beatrix just, in terms of the flexibility of her weapons, in terms of the flexibility of her playstyle, it's just so much more you can bring from this Beatrix, right? From the Clint, what you kind of need, what you kind of see from him is the same every single game. He tries to bully the lane with the early kind of range advantage, but I feel like if Beatrix is able to stay chill, stay calm, wait for that power spike to hit. Level 4 is when you get that ultimate. That's when you actually have kill pressure against the Clint. If Zia waits until that power spike to happen, it is going to be the Clint who actually loses out. But again, Clint, it's a very efficient hero, right? Like it's you don't need that much. You don't need crazy skill to pull it off. Not a lot of skill shots there. As long as you play the passive, as long as you position yourself well, it is going to be such a threat for BTK. But now we're already seeing two bans coming from both of these teams, Lolita and Kufra. We also see the Balman and the Akai, and that means that the Dairoth...
Mirko, what do you think about that Akai ban letting Dairoth through?
Yeah, I think honestly it was a smart move by Meta. The fact that they know Uranus is going to the XP lane, right? Let's not ban the Dairoth. There's no way they go for the jungle Dairoth, but knowing Zayn, he's still got a few heroes up his sleeves, and yeah, the Dairoth seems to be the one going to the jungle here, but Saber is being hovered over by Meta.
So I wonder if this is going to be a Saber tank? Saber jungle, but tank build? I've seen that a lot lately.
Sure.
Ling?
Well, they are hovering on this Ling. They're going back and forth here. Saber, Ling, Saber, Ling. They choose the Saber in the end. It's one of MOBA Zayn's heroes, signature picks. So how's this is saying something. How's saying something with this pick, man? It's personal.
Let me show you how to play Saber.
Maybe, man. It worked so well for them in game number 1, that pick style composition, even though they had a team fight comp. Maybe it'll work again here with an even stronger pick composition. But look at BTK with the response. They know they kind of lack that frontline presence in game number 1. Now that they have the Uranus, they're going and hovering over on the Grok with the Dairoth as well. There's going to be a lot of dive to provide cover for that Xavier, for that Beatrix in the back. This is a composition that we've seen a lot recently. And I don't know, in my honest opinion, I still like BTK's draft better, Combat.
I like BTK's draft better. I can't go opposite of that. They've got Xavier, they've got Beatrix, and they have Dairoth, a direct counter to that Esmeralda. So, we're really going to see how they play this. It's going to be interesting if BTK can really bring this back, and if they can't, it's going to be one of the biggest upsets in NA history, I guess.
The biggest upset in NA history.
The biggest.
best of 3. Reminder to everybody watching, ladies and gentlemen, this is make it or break it for BTK. They will be eliminated if they do lose this game. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the land of Dawn. Meta trying to close this out with a clean sweep, making it the biggest upset in NA MLBB history. As BTK, they try to come back. They need to try hard here in game number 2 to equalize.
You know, one thing I'm really surprised about, back to the ban and pick phase, is the whole not banning Karina by meta. They were really saying, just pick Karina, go, pick her. We have Clint, disengage. We have Eve, a bit of a slow when you try to jump in. So, you know, I kind of like the aggression from meta. Just really not trying to ban out Zane at all.
Yeah,
just saying, just do your thing.
I feel like they kind of understand already, right? Combat. I feel like they know that Mobazane, he has a lot of heroes in his pool currently. But look at this, Annie going in for the minion cut into that top side. Mobazane instantly just jumping there to provide some pressure. As in the bottom side, we already see a little bit of pressure put there, placed by Shark. Again, both teams not really playing it too aggressively, just opening up the map, putting, you know, just doing the ordinary early game stuff in the first minute. We're not seeing any more crazy plays happening, but there is already something different. Mid lane, Kush winning it out against the Eve.
Well, Xavier has that reach that can really deal with the Eve. It's just you see Zane, he has that path that he takes. Doesn't matter if he sees someone else or you know, another enemy or his teammates fighting. He'll just take his wave and, you know, continue on. And he dives into Esme, I think. First blood over to nice. First blood to Uranus there.
First blood over to Uranus. Mobazane. Mobazane pops up, goes in for the gank, and Uranus is the one who picks up the kill, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that was intentional, you know, maybe putting the pressure, trying to put some gold onto the hands of White Chicken to win out in that lane, but Howl will be able to trade it here for the purple buff down below. Zane already on the turtle. They're looking to go for it. They will be able to pick it up, and there you go. Some trades already on the board, but BTK winning it out. Mobazane, though, maybe a little bit too aggressive. Making a mistake? Locks him in place, and there you go. The ultimate, the triple sweep comes in with the backup from Mikasa to lock him down. That's the kill picked up. Annie looking for another one onto White Chicken, who still has the consecration ready. Will not choose to pop it up just yet. Just goes in for the clear, natural plays, but BTK still in the lead.
You know, it was really a little bit careless there by Zane. You know, to just dive headfirst into their jungle, knowing that the side of meta is rotating because they just lost the turtle. They know that you're going for his blue. So kind of a strange engage there by Zane.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes here from Zane, from just BTK in general, but in the bottom side, they're already looking for a gank. Six, once again, jumping in, forcing that Nibiru's passion out to clear out the wave.
Damage already.
They actually just relieve pressure, yeah, for meta, for Sirius to find better position, and also to find that jungle creep there. Maybe getting a little bit of a lead once again, up against Zia. He knows on the Clint he will actually lose out in the late stage of the game, especially now that Zia is actually level 6. This is where Zia can actually have kill pressure in that lane.
And we do see, you know, Shark's just, you know, roaming around the land of Dawn, not really trying to engage with anyone at the moment. He's just getting that space for his team. But you do see him getting that was interesting.
Very interesting, right? Yeah. I guess you can kind of say that Howl was kind of limit testing there, right? He did go onto a tank, but Shark, places the wall, goes in for the wild charge. Unfortunately, he doesn't get 6 there, and he will actually lose out on a very important resource, but it's fine, because meta, they did the same thing. Howl does not have his ultimate. That's one of the biggest ultimates right here for meta to lock someone down, but it seems like they want to look for this fight here. White Chicken trying to zone out the members from the side of meta. Push, caught in a bad situation. Mystic Field popped through, gets 2 players immobilized, as that buys enough time for Mobazane to pick up the turtle. Kush, though, forced to pop the sprint, goes in, gets the Mystic Field onto 2 once again, doesn't have the Dawning Light to follow it through with the damage, but Zia, he's looking for it, he goes goes
caught
in
in a
the
bad
knocks
spot
him down
here.
with the help of the circling eagle, and that's a kill over to Meta, traded for objectives on the board.
So that was a kill for a blue buff, pretty much. So Xavier stole the blue buff off Saber, but he was able to get, you know, something in return. Really strange rotation there by Zia. Because he did have vision, so it was really strange how he would walk into a Saber. But we do see BTK taking that tower. Get killed, trade a tower. That is that macro play of BTK that I love and remember and missed last game.
Yeah. What you're saying in the first game is now actually happening in the second, but in the mid lane, that's a solo kill. Mikasa getting the kill, getting out as well. Mobazane trying to look for the kill, but Mikasa's just too slick with it. He got a solo kill onto Kush, and he gets out there. Again, Mikasa just showing that mechanical prowess he has on this Yeeve as Meta, they're just going for it. Wait, did he steal the perp? He did! He stole the purple buff away from Mobazane without the retribution. He stole it away with a blade.
Wow. Zane must be a little bit, you know, I can just picture Zane saying, cool.
Oh, but down below, though, they're looking for some strike. Dawning Light revealing a little bit of the map here once again as Mikasa comes down. Always so on point. The rotation mid lane, though, that's a triple sweep. Look at that solo kill once again onto Kush. They're so good at playing these split pick game. This is insane by how it really does feel like BTK are being outclassed in the rotations in the kill game.
Mirko, what are we seeing at the moment? I don't know if I'm awake yet.
Dude, it's 5 a.m. in the morning right now, and I feel awake. I feel awake right now. It does feel like it's in a dream currently.
A dream?
BTK, they're losing in the early stages of the game. Sure, they have the goldie, but the triple sweep once again onto Fly Chicken will be popped. Purify and the Consecration Consecration actually not popped just yet. Falling Simon though to the backside as Annie tries to look for compensation once again to this engage. Fly Chicken looking for more, re-engages into the fight, finds 6, and that's the collapse from Mobazane. Annie running for his life, but will be bursted down by Zia in the mid lane as Fly Chicken once again puts some pressure onto that mid lane turret. BTK looking to take it down. That's the real world manipulation, getting Kush again. 1v4. It's still a solo kill for Mikasa.
Mikasa is dangerous. You can't get near Mikasa, and Kush was a little bit too close to that tower there. But I just want to say, this is the BTK that we know and love. Once it hits 7 minutes, you've got that off-laner, Uranus Fried Chicken, pushing the lanes, taking the objectives, making sure that he keeps Esmeralda or whoever wants to defend the lanes and defend the towers, make them accountable for their lane. Don't let them just, you know, bully Zia. Don't let them bully Zane. And we do have an engage, and they just literally got destroyed. Was there 1 second, gone the next.
Now you see him, now you don't. And he just disappeared from the map down below. And yeah, I kind of agree, right? I can kind of see what you're saying here. This is the BTK we want to see. The BTK that plays it calm and collected, waiting for those mistakes to happen before they actually pop and get those kills. They get it, and now look at the pressure that they were able to create from it. The conversion, right? From kills to objectives, still on point from BTK. But now let's take a look at the items.
6,000 gold to Beatrix above Clint. So Beatrix Zia's doing a lot better job right now at farming, and that really came down to taking all the gold plating off the towers as well as Zia could, and getting the counter engages from Shark whenever they tried to take Zia down.
Oh, but yeah, they actually are going to lose one member there. Howl, a little bit too aggressive, goes in for a triple sweep onto Shark. As Shark was able to just punish him there. But again, BTK, they know that they have the upper edge here in that top side. Sirius left all alone. They're looking for the dive. White Chicken tanking up the turret. Will pop the Consecration, jumping all the way to the back lines there. But Mikasa has the damage ready to take him down. That's Sirius picking up the kill. But BTK, they're the ones to get the turret in that top side. Tier 2 taken down. And BTK, they're getting a lot of pressure here.
That was a good trade, because you didn't have Zane there. Zane is literally just farming up right now. It's level 14. Once they hit 7 minutes for the side of BTK, they really implement that Ube strat, really. you know, they let the Uranus offlaner push, and the team really just do their thing. Okay.
Yeah, but look at Zia though, with the flanking Beatrix going in for the Beerus passion, but Sirius comes in to pick up the kill onto it. Moba Zane a little bit too extended here, as he will most probably lose out on his life. He jumps back in for one more re-engage as White Chicken tries to follow it up, but it is Sirius who picks up the kill again. In the 10th minute of the game, it feels like BTK, they're overextending, they're overcommitting onto these team fights, and they've lost 2 members. White Chicken now taken low, looking to run away as Hal tries to lock him down, go to the triple sweep, but will be cancelled out by that Purify. Dawning Light onto 2 with the Mystic Field locking Annie down, but Annie does not care. He still wants to keep on going. His Sharp opens up the map once again. He doesn't have the wild charge. He's gonna lose his life, and that's the Lord taken away by Meta. Kush forced to back up. White Chicken as well was not able to get into that Lord pit, and again we're seeing Meta flip the game here in the second game, in the 10th minute, in the same exact way they did it in game 1.
Now, just because of BTK's macro play, they can defend this. But, like you said, it's the same way as game 1. Can BTK withstand this snowball effect that's happening right now?
Well, right now they are actually handling it pretty well. White Chicken trying to bait out a lot of these abilities. Annie losing out a lot of health there, but Sirius has been left untouched. Free hitting on the back lines, as that's going to be the triple sweep onto Moba Zane. Doesn't really get the pick off. 6 losing his life. BTK with a 1 for 0.
Meta did not really achieve much there. They didn't really take a tower, and they lost the life of their roamer, so they could have approached that a little bit better. Instead of all going with the Lord, maybe split push, make them accountable so one has to leave the team fight. So maybe you have an upper hand there. But then again, BTK is just really good right now at their macro play. Watch the way that they'll make them feel accountable to go defend those lanes is just on point. And the way that Meta is answering it back, this is one of the best games I've seen in this tournament. By far.
It's tough. It's gonna be really tough, right? Like, cause Meta, they really know how to team fight. Sure, BTK in the second game here, we can kind of see that in terms of the macro play, in terms of the objective play, it is actually BTK who's winning it out. But in the team fight game, when to go for these fights and when to go for these picks, Meta are the ones to do it. They are the ones to be the proactive ones here. They're the aggressors. BTK are just waiting, maybe a little bit too much in this game, as Meta get another pick off on the board. Luckily for BTK, there is nothing to take for Meta. But again, as the game progresses, BTK, longer death timers on the board. It's going to be tough if they lose these members left and right.
But we do see BTK coming back. Now they have the gold lead. So, do we see a late game comeback?
Oh, they're looking for a play. Shark goes in for wild charge, and that's the Mystic Field onto 3. Real world manipulation. No, by Mikasa again. That positioning to lock them down. Sia goes in for the flicker, but he's not in range to dish out the damage with the Wesker. And just like that, they find another one. This is exactly what I was mentioning. They keep on getting these picks, and they know when to back off every single time. BTK are overcommitting into these plays, and they're falling right into the hands of Meta.
This is a team that has done their homework. They want this grand prize. They want this championship. They want to be known. And they're trying to take out one of the best in the world right now.
Third place at the World Championships. Yeah, but they're looking for more here. Falling Star Moon, locking White Chicken down, but they know they do not want to overcommit, putting onto the resources towards White Chicken. White Chicken popping that consecration will be able to regen to full HP. They're going for the 50-50 play here. This might not be wise. The Shark jumps in with a wild charge, will be able to take him down. Now it's all down to the retribution, but Zia is the one who gets it. The real world manipulation is able to find one. White Chicken taken low, still able to run away with the help of that Purify. BTK, they find the objective. They fall back, and look at Kush. He got that Mystic Field, the Dawning Light, just unfortunately not enough damage to take anyone down. But again, we're here. BTK, they've come back. Meta now on the back foot.
That was a wonderful Lord steal by Zia. I really thought I love the damage that that Zane he let Hal take a lot of damage from the Lord, and then he's like, okay, I'll jump in now and finish you off. Really smart play, really, really good patience from the side of BTK and Zane there. Just picking your fights, choosing when to go in, you know, let's calm down. We finished third in the, you know, M3. Can we see BTK come back?
They're looking for the collapse once again. Real world manipulation open up. Kush popping that sprint to get away. Good defense from Meta, but they do lose out on a base turret down below. They're losing the tier 2 in the mid lane as well. BTK ruthless with the siege. They're looking for more. Shark goes in for the wall, not finding anyone there, but the snipe and the dawning light taking a lot of HP from Mikasa there, but they're looking for a re-engage. That's a triple sweep onto Shark. Only the roamer right now, but that's Sirius who picks up the kill. Annie locking White Chicken down. They're looking for more damage, for more in this team fight, but BTK now, oh my gosh, gets the dawning light right through, finding Mikasa in the back line.
I think that's Mikasa's first death in this series.
You're right.
Someone had to take Mikasa out.
Oh,
and Mikasa wasn't even in the
4v4. Push. Gonna get taken down there. Sirius goes in. Triple C once again onto Flight Chicken, who loses out a lot of HP. Circling Eagle onto Zane, bringing his friends back in. Flight Chicken still trying to run away with the consecration available, but it's gonna be Howl who has the triple sweep ready. Not just yet, just on cooldown. Abyssum Strike though by Moba Zane, going to cancel it through. He jumps back away. Shark is here, and this, oh my god, the wall actually will be able to lock them in place, but it just gives Beta the opportunity for Sirius to dish out so much damage for free. Flight Chicken gonna be caught. That's the triple sweep once again onto Zane, and the Circle Eagle to follow it through. Flight Chicken jumps in onto 2, but the damage here, look at Sirius. He wants more. He goes in under the turret. He doesn't find it, but they lose Zane in this fight.
Zane will be back up for the Lord. Hopefully, it's got 26 seconds, Lord in 15 seconds. If his team can, you know, zone them out, make sure they don't go for the Lord, then it should be okay. Because they do have their lanes pushed, so there's not much real trouble there with Zane going down. Well, unless Meta really push this. Are they trying to get the Lord? They're trying to get the Lord.
5 seconds on Zane. He's a Dyrok. Not really that mobile, right? So this is what they need to do. Meta, again, they're forcing it. Howl has lost so much HP. He's looking for this Lord. White Chicken dealing out so much damage, but again, they're forcing it. Shark with the wild charge, able to take his immortality down, as they're still trying to force it through. Retribution doesn't come through, but it's Sirius who picks it up from Meta. They find the kill onto the front liner of BTK. White Chicken down. Moba Zane looking for compensation, jumping onto 6, but that's not even the immortality pop just yet. Annie jumping onto Moba Zane, locking him down, trying to buy some time as Meta tries to come back into this fight. Moba Zane is still on the gold buff. He goes in for retribution. He goes back in onto Annie. This is a mistake. Moba Zane gonna get pinned down because it does not have the real world manipulation, but he will fall. Moba Zane taken out. Shark is next, popping that flicker to get out. But Meta, they have done it. They got the Lord 2 members down from BTK. They might go for the end right here.
I'm speechless. If Meta win this, this is the biggest upset ever.
Biggest upset ever right here, being written down by Meta. The real world manipulation comes to take Shark down. A legendary pick-up by Sirius. They're looking to close out the game here. White Chicken still able to zone them away as they look for more. Siege down below. Mystic Field catching Mikasa, but he's still able to get away with that sprint.
Oh my god.
To get taken down. And again, White Chicken solo trying to get away. Gets the HP, sustaining back up, but Sirius picks it up. And BTK have been knocked out of NACT. The biggest upset in NAMLBB history.
GG, well played, Meta. Oh my god. Meta, you are the new Meta. The BTK's out? Am I awake?
Single elimination. BTK are out.
Am I awake? This is crazy.
I have the same question, buddy. Wow. I am truly speechless here. I think if you take a look at the polls, before this game, right? Before the first game, it was 90% for BTK. It did swap over. It did go over towards Meta after that first game. But again,
look
what
at
a
how they
performance
move.
here.
Look at how they move as a team. There's no one below 60% on the team fight participation. They were always there for each other. Wow.
BTK have been knocked out of NACT in such a dominant fashion by their opponents, especially game number 1. Game number 2 was close. They did fight. It was a tough game for both of these teams, but again, they stayed composed here. Meta bringing out the new NA meta, the new bloods of NA, perhaps the future of NA combat.
I'm gonna say it's the future of NA, 100%. The way that they moved as a team was amazing. They outplayed one of the best, macro teams in NA. So
perhaps the world, buddy. They were third place.
Perhaps the world.
Perhaps the world.
Meta. What? I don't know. Meta M4.
Meta M4. That's what I'm seeing a lot from the chat, right? Combat, but the hype is real for Meta. 2-0. Not only were they able to beat BTK, they beat BTK into 2-0. You can see the faces of disbelief here. Just looking at me and Combat. We're still speechless. Honestly, I don't know what to say. That was such a fun game to cast as well. Just action here and there. But I do want to talk a little bit about that, right? Let's try to analyze it a little bit. A lot of uncharacteristic mistakes happened from the side of BTK. Sure, we did mention that we saw the glimpses. We saw the glimpses of the M3 BTK there, right? Objective, but in a lot of those situations, they overcommitted. Every single time they made a good play, they were a little bit too hype. Moba Zane definitely staying way too long in that bottom side. The gold, all for a gold buff.
This is what I think happened. I didn't think they respected their competition enough. As bluntly as I want to put it, they didn't respect their competition, and their competition are hungry. They want to be the face of NA. Why can't they be the face of NA? That's what they're asking. And Meta asked the question. We're just waiting for the answer from everyone else now. Is Meta Meta?
Closer.
They're a step closer.
Yeah,
definitely.
they're a step closer to creating that new NA meta. The name, it fits. It really just fits, man.
What did you think about the Grok pick there by Shark?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Sure, in the end, Meta were the ones to win it 2-0, but I'm still going back to the drafts. Let's talk a little bit about the drafts, because I feel like in both of these games, BTK
won the draft.
I thought they had the better draft. Yeah, I mentioned this in the draft itself, but I feel like the execution was just was kind of sloppy there from BTK.
The execution and just the answer back from Meta, and the absolute barrage of, okay, you want to fight one of our teammates? No, you fight all of our teammates. Yeah, they were always together, ready to defend each other, and turn a engage by BTK into a counter engage by them, and they walk out with the kill. Possibly they trade out a turtle, or maybe they trade out, a Grok or something like that. The roamer. But Meta was on point this game.
On point, insane game by Meta. Congratulations, and to BTK, unfortunately, they will have to be knocked out. But ladies and gentlemen, it's enough from us here. Let's throw it over to our host, Assassin Dave.
One and only Dave.
Jeez, we were in the back watching this exciting match, and no one expected this to happen, but what a game. Just to show you, North America has really come a long way and really improved quite a bit after BDK represented North America region on the world stage. What a great match, and we really have a lot to look forward to. Remember, guys, NACT summer season is just the beginning. There's going to be autumn season, and after that, we're going to have M4, the NA qualifier. So a lot of teams are going to be competing for that slot. And you can see that they're using BDK as an example to really improve and really work on the position in macro. And you see that in the game versus meta today. What a game. But ladies and gentlemen, we have another best out of 3 coming out today. Hikaru Esports going against Black Bulls to decide the next top 8 contestant. I still can't believe BDK is knocked out from the top 8 right here because we have a single elimination best out of 3. So sometimes, you know, it's just what it is. Like the old, like very smart, you know, people say, right? Like you gotta listen to those wisdoms there. But ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from this short break, we have some huge giveaways to give out to a lot of NA viewers here. Yeah, that's right. Some may say the diamond giveaway, diamond flying all over the place, the diamond rain coming from the heavens right after the short break. So don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn, get your soda, share the video with your friends because we actually got 2 sets of giveaways after we come back, and they will be right here in this chat. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna see you guys in a few minutes. Let's go.
won't let you die.
Yeah. The game is more fun in co-op.
The M on its chest! That's the weak spot! By the way, I'm Wan.
Pleasure to fight with you, Wan. Call me Yin.
Name's Link.
Congratulations, you have unlocked the bonus quest, Co-op Achieved. For the very first time, Emerald will grant you rewards that were never before seen.
Let's breaking the mirror. This how I'm would. It doesn't matter whoever, however, wherever. We got nothing no more. You came from the shadow, she falls from the glow. Don't even need to know whoever we were before. We better than me, us better than here. Stay together, let it go. We better than me, us better than here. Stay together, let it go.
Dare to dream.
Well played to your new world champion of F1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and pets alike, welcome back to North America Challenger Tournament's knockout stage. Now, we're in the top 16 to top 8. Again, what an upset in the last match. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some big surprises for all of you watching. First of all, if you see on the screen right now, to the right side of me, there is a special prize ready for all the NA viewers. If you live in North America, including USA, including Canada, you can now use the redeem code with the redeem link in description of this stream. Remember, the official link in description of this stream. You can now redeem 100 diamonds completely free. No strings attached. So make sure to use the code right now, to use the link in the description to redeem your 100 diamonds. The first 50 players to use this code will be able to redeem 100 diamonds and 20 magic dust. I'm definitely going for both of them, so make sure to redeem them right now. Now, for everybody who's watching, there's a second giveaway going on right now to the, thanks to our incredible Moontown staffs for being so generous, so gracious with the gifts, with the giveaways. That's right. The obvious answer to show our gratitude to all of our enthusiasm watching the stream. Right here, we have a second giveaway going on. All you have to do is share this stream, click on the share button, and send the link to your friends. And our moderators will be selecting 50 lucky viewers. No restrictions to your region, doesn't matter where you're watching the stream from. As long as you share the stream and send your Discord tag in the chat, our moderators will be contacting you and sending you a code to redeem 10 hero fragments and an 8 small emblem pack. 50 viewers will be selected in the chat. All you have to do is join our NACT official Discord server and share the stream and type your Discord tag in the chat, and our moderators will be contacting you and sending you the redeem code. No strings attached. With that being said, the second match is underway, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't wait to send this incredible stream to our caster's desk featuring our lovely Miracle and Combatcatgaming, so they can bring you guys an exciting match to decide who will be the next contestant to go to the top 8. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Assassin Dave, for that introduction once again here for the second match. But again, man, the stage has been set with that first match. What a performance. And again, I can't get behind it. I'm pinching myself right now. Am I still asleep? What is going on?
Am I dreaming?
You know what? We have to move on, Combat. Next match, this is going to be another fire match. We saw both of these teams sweeping their opponents in the previous stage. Hikaru with the best logo in the world and Black Bulls.
There's a rumor that Shark actually drew that logo.
Shark
drew that logo, apparently. So,
one little trivia.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see Phaeton here. Again, he got that savage. We're about to head into the ban phase now too. So let's get into it.
Yeah. Speaking of Phaeton, actually, the hero that he got the savage with was on the Clint, right? So right now from the Black Bulls, I'm really curious to see whether or not they're going to actually ban it out in the first phase. I don't feel like it is that expensive, right? You don't want to go for the Clint ban. Obviously, there are a lot of other heroes that are just way more prio currently in the meta, but Phaeton, in both of the games that he played, he was on that Clint, right? So maybe that might be a hole that, or might be a little hole that Black Bulls can really explore, right? Expose maybe here, but there's going to be Balmond and Esmeralda.
We got that Balmond band. He is very meta in NA, like we always see. So it's a good takeaway there from the side of Black Bulls. Like you said, will we see that respect ban of Clint? Because he has shown he is very, very dangerous. Sometimes savage, even, on that Clint.
The American Savage, right? That might be his nickname now.
Filipino Sniper? American Savage.
Filipino Sniper, Filipino Savage, and now we have the American Savage. Literally the only Savage that we've seen so far, right? Maybe he might double it here in this match, but we are already seeing some bans come through. The Tamas ban, which is pretty interesting from the Black Bulls, and we also see the 1-1 ban. 1-1, not really too interesting. We've seen this hero. It's just like, it's a basic hero to ban at this point, right?
Exactly.
From either side. If your first pick, if your second pick, it's just a good battle overall. Valentina comes through again. Now I feel like Black Bulls taking out something like a Xavier would be pretty smart of them, or they might just want to trade it, right? You pick Xavier, we pick Eve.
And then again, it also looks like they're targeting that EXP lane. So, you know, they could be saying our EXP lane is one of our win conditions. So, we'll see. They got Franco taken out there. Open Xavier, open Eve, open Julian.
Oh, a lot of heroes open here, right? Karina as well is up for grabs, but I honestly feel like it's a good move by Black Bulls right now, right? They ban out the Franco, knowing full well how TCC was able to perform in that first match on the first day of the knockout stage, but they go for the Julian. They opt for it. Xavier instantly, no hesitation there, picked up by Black Bulls. I feel like at this point they need to either get a jungler, maybe a Karina would be good here, or perhaps they might just go for a Beatrix. I do want to touch on that a little bit though, Combat. I mentioned that Karina is one of the most broken heroes currently, but actually, I might have to, you know, take that back a little bit because
take that back just a little
it's still
bit.
counterable. It's still counterable.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of Amon being picked up so far, right? In my ranked games, whenever I pick Karina, there's always that counter pick Amon. So they just go for the Akai. They let the Karina slide, and you're actually a fan of this Akai pick.
I will revive it.
I like the Akai pick, but I don't like the Akai in the jungle.
Yes.
I personally don't think he can live in the jungle anymore. Since that recent update, they took away a bit of his damage. So, you know, when it comes down to trying to clear minions or trying to clear a wave, or you know, you're not really doing as much as you can, and it really takes away your mobility, your ability to move around the map effectively, I would say. And we do see Phaeton on that Clint, that Savage, the American Savage there.
The American Savage on a signature hero, the hero that got him the Savage title, and also the Masha pickup for Hikaru Esports. This is a really solid pickup. They notice the Xavier. They know that the Xavier will be playing in that back line, and there's no other hero that does this job better than Masha, especially currently in the patch. Masha is just so annoying for any backline mage or marksman. So it's going to be the Grok, actually, that is picked up by the Black Bulls here, and then to maybe try to provide a little bit of cover.
I find the Eve ban a little bit perplexing to me, but again, that's probably the flex of Julian. You don't know where Julian is actually going to go at this moment. And same with the Masha. So, you know, the side of Hikaru is playing it a little bit open here, not showing too much.
You know what I'm curious to see here, Combat? I'm curious to see where... You mentioned this. You mentioned the possibility of the Julian being a flex pick, but I'm also questioning where this Masha is going to go, because it works in the XP lane, but it definitely works in that roam as well. We've seen TCC on these aggressive roamers, like the Franco, like the Atlas, and he's been, I mean, well, we didn't really see the Atlas in the knockout stage, but he was playing the Akai, right? So we did see the Akai, we did see the Franco. He's really good on these aggressive heroes. Maybe this Masha is actually the roamer, right? And this just makes so much sense, because if this Masha goes to that roam position, it enables the Julian to be even more flexible. We mentioned this, we spoke a little bit about this before the stream started. Julian, XP lane, mid lane, jungle. 3 lanes possible. Cho being hovered though.
It's a very, very beefy front line. But you're all going into that Julian. You're all... You know, the only one that really has a bit of disengage from that Julian that stops him from really getting that CC or, you know, his ultimate off is honestly only Xavier. Good pickup there, though, with the carry. Just to really burst down that Masha, all her health bars, pretty much.
Oh, but the instant response, though. By TCC from Hikaru Esports. The Lolita already being hovered here. Now it's just all about where they want to put this Julian, right? If this Lolita actually, if this is what they want to be, the roamer for this team, then obviously the Masha is going to go to the XP lane. What do you want as, well, there you go. So Julian mid, jungle Karina, and a Kufra, Kaja, Lolita? Well, I mean, what? Angela? All right, man. What do you think is going to be picked?
I think we need a frontliner. So I think Lolita is going to be the best pick here because you do have that carry, that potential burst down there. So there we go. We see the Lolita. You know, I like the Angela pick, but Karina needs that beefy front line to really engage, and with Angela you lose a bit of that. Fovis.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Honestly, if I let's think about the other heroes that are open. Yes, I was literally just about to mention this, right? With Esmeralda being banned out, Yuzong is still up for grabs, obviously, but who are you really diving onto, right? If you are the Yuzong, you're up against a lot of melee. That's why I kind of understand what they're going for here, but again, I feel like the Terizla would be really good here, right? Especially up against this dive style of composition. You can really kind of nullify all that with the ultimate, with the amount of CC, and obviously the unstoppable effect that you have now. But they do opt for the Yuzong. Just they want a little bit more dive perhaps towards Phaeton. They know how dangerous this man is.
It can work in their favor, right? But it can also work against them, right? If Sam Cutie doesn't have the Petrify, and he can't catch the Clint has a disengage. He has a CC that he can get away and back away and, you know, sort of disengage that fight. So, yeah, I don't know about the dive capabilities of Yuzong in this match.
It's all about Phaeton, I feel like. You know, if we're talking about the Yuzong right now, the only real backline target that he can go for is Phaeton. And I don't blame him, right? Especially considering Phaeton's performance in the last series that they played. It's a good idea by them. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get straight into the Land of Dawn for match number 2, game number 1. Hikaru Esports up against Black Bulls. We're already seeing some signature picks from both of these sides, but who will win? You guys can comment down below right now. Tell us your predictions.
I'm really excited to see this Julian pick. And see how he does against the especially after the nerfs. But I want to see how he does against the Xavier mage, who has a lot of disengages and can really just stop can stop a Karina, can stop a Marsha from trying to run down and burst in.
You know what? Speaking of Julian, I have a question for you, Combat. What do you think Julian's role actually is? Do you think he's an assassin or a mage? But wait a minute, there's going to be a fight here in the mid lane there as a topside river battle for the Litho Wanderer does not go further. It is actually just a flicker away, a burnt there from Loaf. Bariza is actually the one who picks up that Litho Wanderer, and both teams just disengage. But yeah, back to the point. What do you think Julian is? Do you think Julian is an assassin? Or do you think Julian is a mage?
I've seen Julian work in the jungle.
Yeah.
Late game, he works. Early game, you don't really have much to do. So you're really relying on that early game damage that you can get from some of your mages or some of your off laners or your EXP laners. But late game, Julian is such a menace in the jungle, especially because you have that CC.
Yeah,
and we do see that turtle coming up, and Akai is trying to get a bit of distance away from that Karina because she is dangerous early game.
Very dangerous here in the early stage of the game, but it is going to be Hikaru Esports who actually have pressure onto this Turtle Loaf, though. Looking for the opening right now, as that's going to be the follow-up from Bomi. Doesn't choose to go for the heavy spin just yet. Black Bulls have retrieved pressure here. Sam QT goes in with the Petrify and locks someone in place there. Bariza is actually the one who gets pinned down. I couldn't see, man. Akai was literally taking the entire screen, and Bariza was just there below 2 tanky front lines. He was able to dive, and this is where we get to see Black Bulls' composition come through, right? We were asking, what is this dive for? Or maybe it's not just for Phaeton. Maybe it's also for the squishy Karina damage.
I'm 100%. I didn't actually think about that because we've been seeing a lot of Karina tank, so you're not really diving her at the moment. But I think if we see a fight going on here. Can they get the kill?
Oh, it seems like they can't here. Black Bulls were able to actually just disengage there, but they were forced to burn out a few resources. The sprint for Paul is a huge resource, but again, there's not really that many objectives right now. Neutral objective was secured earlier by the Black Bulls. So they don't really need to go for anything right now. That resource will be pretty well spent considering that there's nothing to fight for in the next few minutes. But again, like you mentioned, right? It's just going to be very interesting to see because this is the dynamic that we have now. Usually when we talk about Karina, you just don't want to put resources on her because she's built as a tank. Now, as a squishy member, as a person who builds mostly just glass cannon, it's going to be really tough, but they're actually looking for a play down below. That's actually Bomi who jumps in there with the heavy spin, able to pin them down as Loaf jumps in with the follow-up, with the wild charge. Phaeton caught low. Paul, though, caught, doesn't have the sprint, will fall to the hands of Namikaze, who takes that kill 1-1. They're both equal on the board.
A little bit too deep there by the Xavier, by Paul. You know, you weren't really doing much damage with your CC, but again, good pick up by Hikaru.
And, you know, when we're talking about Phaeton, right, sure, he was the highlight, kind of, in the first match. Obviously, he did get the Maniac in the first game. He got the Savage in the second, but in the early stage, he's actually quite unnoticeable, right? He's a silent killer. The guy doesn't really show up until he gets that power spike, but in the topside river, once again, there's a fight here as Black Bulls have pressure. Bomi jumping in onto Kagome, who is the frontliner. They do not want to put resources onto him right now. As SamQT, look at the flags, goes in for the Black Dragon form. Bomi with a heavy spin is able to get out, but he's very low. Loaf gets out with 1 HP. That's going to be the damage from Namikaze as he flickers forward to pick up the kill. SamQT in a 1v4 situation is able to sustain a little bit more, but Phaeton guns him down, takes him out, and Black Bulls are the ones to be forced out of this turtle fight. Hikaru Esports, they pick up on this turtle, they take it away, and it's 3-2 on the board.
That was it was a good fight by Hikaru. They got the turtle, but Carry was able to shred down all of that gold plating. So if we take a look at the items, Carry's already got the Windtalker. She does have... What did he build?
Wait a minute, Namikaze, he's actually going to get caught there. Yeah, KLQT, you mentioned this. Windtalker already built. With that kill, he's going to have more items here soon. He's already pathing towards an item. Is that maybe? Oh, wow. Yeah, TCC just got ping-ponged there by Bomi and the wall by Loaf. But Black Bulls, they're finding picks on the board. It's still very equal.
Very equal at the moment. And it's just that Kale is really focusing on trying to get that farm. Now taking the mid lane minions. So again, Kale is one of their win conditions. And if they can get Kale fed, keep them protected, you know, it's really, Carry's going to shred that Marsha, that Lolita easily late game. We do see an engage happening.
Yeah, once again, Namikaze caught here in the midst of it all. The heavy spin pins him down. Namikaze taken out. Dawning Light to finish him off. But the Numenor Blast lands onto 3. And the combo wombo comes in. Loaf taken low. Still able to jump away. But SamQT with the re-engage onto Phaeton. Finds the Petrify with a furious dive. TCC going to be the target right now. It's KillQT. Tries to look for the follow-up. Finds the double kill. And will be able to win out in this trade. It's a 3-for-1.
Bomi did get that purple buff there off Karina, so awesome retry by Bomi. Retry gods there.
Retry gods, and let's take a look at the replay here too, right? Because again, it feels like both of these teams, they're so equally matched when it comes to these team fights. Because initially, I thought it was Hikaru who's going to take it. Then, Black Bulls, they came back. Suddenly, we see the Numenor Blast, so it's always back and forth in these team fights.
It was a big play by SamQT there, picking out Phaeton and being able to hit that Petrify and stop him. So if he wasn't able to take out Phaeton, I think you know, that could have gone into the side of Hikaru there.
It definitely could have, especially with the Numenor Blast onto 3, right? The fact that Sam was always just there in the sitting in that bush, zoning Phaeton away, and finally getting that furious dive onto him. This is where we can actually see that Phaeton, yeah, he's not the unstoppable force that we saw back in day 1 of the knockout stage, right? So it's already very different. Very competitive here in day number 5. We've seen these teams grow as well after their losses, after their games, and this is where it gets really interesting.
I think that's where it comes, like, the notoriety that Phaeton has, you know, made for himself already in this tournament has, you know, allowed Black Bulls to pay a little bit more attention to him. You know, maybe that SamQT pick was exactly just to stop Phaeton and his late game damage. Allow Carry to get a step ahead. And we do see that tower going down here.
Yeah, they're picking up the turret so easily here. Just from the fact that they have so much kill pressure, so much dive, and so much pick potential on this map currently. The map's basically dark for Hikaru. They finally get a turret down below, able to trade it out. Phaeton's the one to pick up the gold as well. But look at how Black Bulls are playing. They're literally they're dictating this match by just opening up the map, right? Look at this, TCC. He can't even go in his own jungle, and he's the roamer. Balmy actually goes in under the turret, looking for the heavy spin, forcing TCC to flicker out. Without that, no more Numenon Blast that can surprise them anymore. This is where Black Bulls should look for a team fight, and that's exactly what they try to do here. That's gonna be the Furious Dive and the Petrify onto 2. Sam QT is massive in this game. Namikaze gets taken low. The Dawning Light almost takes him down. And but look at Sam QT again, just such a menace into that back line. The Numenon Blast was ready to go, but it was canceled there by Sam QT just popping the Black Dragon form. And once again, he's able to zone these members away from the turret, enabling the other members to pick up the turret. TCC falling back. They can't really look for more, and Black Bulls look at this conversion instantly onto the Lord.
Instantly, and the way that this Yusong's playing, this is exactly how you should play Yusong. You hit your passive, you become so hard to kill. With all that lifesteal that you're taking from that team fight, it's really hard to counter there in a team fight with the Petrify, with the disengages that he has. So Sam QT is really on point here in this match.
He's been very on point, but he hasn't actually taken any of the kills. So that's even more impressive, I feel like, right? As the Yu Zhong, I usually just try to take as many kills as possible. I feel like I'm the main character, but he's playing it in a way where he's just trying to funnel gold onto Paul, onto Kale QT, and the entire team is doing this really well, right? Bommy's not taking any of the kills. Loaf isn't taking any of the kills, even though Bommy, he's a jungler. The thing is, they're just trying to funnel again onto the members who can actually carry them in that later stage, get them to those power spikes even faster.
And for the win condition for the side of Hikaru, as the tower is being taken now, they lose their second tier tower. But the win condition, I would say, for Hikaru is they've kind of lost their early game win condition. Phaeton doesn't really have that much farm at the moment, so I would say their win condition is that Julian really getting a good pick.
Oh, once again, though, TCC is forced to flicker out. The wall was perfectly placed, and that's the follow-up. TCC gonna get pinned down there, but the Numenon Black connects on the 3 members. This might be the comeback they need, but Black Bulls, they still have Sam QT with the Black Dragon form, looking for more. Phaeton going to be targeted, but the Black Dragon form wasn't really used to go for the engage. It was used to create space for Black Bulls, the other members, to fall back. They lose one, and they're so disciplined. They instantly know when to fall back. They do not overcommit. Even here in the purple buff, they don't go for it. They just back up. They just put some pressure on it. Let's take a look at the gold graph.
Wow, what a Black Bulls are just starting to snowball and just keep they're taking their objectives, making sure that they get the farm. Even though they're only 2 kills up.
Yeah, and take a look at this replay. It's
such
just
a good Numenon Blast.
Yeah, it's back and forth, right? It's every single team fight, back and forth, back and forth. I thought for a second that Sam was just gonna go for a crazy play here, but yeah, it's interesting to see that both of these teams are just so disciplined, right? We've seen so much action in that first match. I thought, maybe we're gonna see even more action here.
I just NA is really catching up to the macro plays win the game. It's not about kills anymore. You can have more kills than the other teams. Black Bulls do have the more kills here, but it's about the macro. If you can make the other team, have to defend their lanes, you have more of a chance of getting the Lord, getting the turtles, taking the towers. And you do see Black Bulls here, without a contest, taking the buffed up Lord here.
perfect setup and perfect execution from the Black Bulls. Like you can see, right? The fact that they were able to push out all the waves at the same time, creating this forced error for Hikaru Esports. They weren't able to do anything. If they went for the clear onto the minions, that's a free Lord. If they went to the Lord, well, they're going to have their base torn apart by minions. So now, with the 5,000 gold lead, you can already see the items start piling up, especially look at KLQT. He's already at full items.
KLQT is a problem in this match, and like I said at the start of the match, he's basically their win condition here in the late game, because that Akai is not, since the update, Akai is not much of a damage dealer. He's more of a let me go in, get the objectives, disrupt the enemy sort of jungler at the moment.
Well, there you go. Sam QT once again with the Black Dragon form, able to zone 3 members away. The Mystic Field and the Wild Charge just gets 2, and the Speed Tanamikaze Bomi with the heavy spin again onto 2. It is a disaster for Hikaru Esports. Black Bulls end the game with that amazing engage, 1-0, leading the series.
Yusong is my MVP. Even though Yusong didn't get no kills, the engages, allowing his team to go in and really take them apart. Such a good game there by Sam QT.
A massive game from Sam QT, right? And I have to agree with you. Sure, yeah, there were a lot of plays, a lot of damage from Paul, from Kale, but Sam, he really just enabled these things to happen. And Bomi as well. Just the frontliners in general, I feel like, right? You can take a look, though, at the statistics, at the team fight participation. KLQT, he's been munching on those turrets when compared to Paul, who's just, he's there. He uses the Dawning Light just to create space and obviously to help out, put some global pressure on the map. 80% team fight participation.
I think they'll be taking out Xavier next game. He's a little bit,
problem.
He's a problem, and it's sometimes when I see the Julian pick, do you ever get that in a ranked game where, say, a Julian's open or a 1-1's open or someone who's really good, right? And then you get someone on your team, it's like, yeah, let me play them, and it's more of a hindrance than a good thing. I'd rather see that hero on the other team, and we can do something about it. But if you don't know how to play the hero, it's a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I don't know, just really didn't see much from that Julian there.
Yeah, it's that feeling, right? Like every single time when you have a Julian on your team, it's not as good as the Julian on the enemy team, right?
Exactly.
It's always that way. When you find a 1-1 in your game, you're just like, oh, this guy's gonna be good. Then he just proceeds to go 0-9. You see a 1-1 get picked by the enemy team, he just demolishes your team with 1 crossbow attack. It always happens, bro. It happens way too much.
Oh, too much.
Too much, but that's exactly what we saw, right? What a performance, honestly. I coming into this, I was actually expecting Hikaru. That was my prediction.
Me too.
Well, the Black Bulls, they shattered our expectations. I mean, at this point, combat, it's the name of the game. It's the name of the day. It's the theme of the day. BTK losing, and Hikaru possibly getting swept as well.
Well, honestly, it's just showing that these teams have done their homework. They know how to win these games. Macro plays win. Objectives win. And they're showing it. It's exciting to see that we're going away from, let me get the most kills, to, I'm going to get that tower. I'm going to get that turtle. That's what wins us the game. So let's see how Hikaru answers back here.
Let's see if they are able to maybe get more pressure now in the drafts, because second pick now, they are actually going to be able to have more space, right? In my opinion, second pick in this patch sometimes is better because you have 2 slots in that first phase, right? You can just go for the 2 very prio heroes. If you leave a lot of heroes open, second pick is
really good.
Usually, you're at an advantage, right? That's what BB Black Bulls were able to capitalize on. Let's see if Hikaru can do that. We're already seeing again the Thamas from the Black Bulls. This has been the same thing, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They banned the Thamas, they banned the Franco. Are they gonna go for the same 3 bans?
They have to take out that Franco because TCC showed.
Yeah.
He was last few games that he played the Franco, the setups that he had, that he was doing, you know, pretty much the MVP of those matches due to his setups. But, you know, we'll see where they're going here with their third ban. What would you say they should take out?
I think right now they should just like leave. Yeah, okay, going for the Akai ban is kind of smart. Again, we're not going to see the Bauman ban, that means, right? Maybe Hikaru will be the ones to ban out the Bauman. They were the ones to ban out the Bauman in the first game, but they might have to be banned. They're going to have to ban the Xavier, right? We saw how much of a menace that Xavier was. Even when he was shut down in the early game, he died twice. He wasn't untouchable.
But he was able to get those 5 kills, affect the game. Like you said, he's got that global pressure. And if you can read the map, Xavier is one of the best heroes that you can play.
Yeah, and especially in the late game, right? Because honestly, Xavier just has so much to his game. But it is going to be the Bauman who gets banned out. I'm not going to be surprised here if Black Bulls just first picks that Xavier. Such a menace, but they go for the Esmeralda. So again, this is an iconic Black Bulls thing. This is a very characteristic thing that they do, right? In the first day of the knockout stage as well, they always prioritize Sam QT's heroes. Esmeralda first pick. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Hikaru going for the Julian.
The jungle Julian. Flex pick. It's a flex pick.
Xavier next?
Yeah, Xavier is he is open too.
Well, they stick. Okay, wait. That's the thing, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to think about. Sure, you want to go for your comfort picks, but leaving out a hero as powerful as Xavier, global presence, very good wave clear, very good poke, very good range, good team fight, and it has CC. You have utility. It's literally the perfect mage, right? Like, it's literally the perfect mage right now.
And you pair that up with the Atlas. So, you know, an Atlas with a conceal, play from the bush or conceal play from the fountain, going through that speed boost from Xavier, plus a flicker, you won't see it coming. So I'm very excited to see that composition there. But they do leave that the Dyroth open, and that Dyroth is going into the EXP lane where Esme will be living.
You know what? Like we've been talking, we've been building up the Dyroth pick for I think the entire series, right? Even in the first match. But I actually feel like the Dyroth will have a very minimal impact in this game in particular. Yes, Dyroth does win in lane against the Esmeralda in these 1v1s in the laning phase. The thing is though, Sam QT, the way he plays the lane, he doesn't really stick into the lane. You know, he always comes in and he always helps his team. He goes for the cut, he goes for the proxy, and he follows up even in the turtle. First turtle, he's there. So it's already kind of, you know, the playstyle that the Black Bulls have, especially with Sam QT, already kind of counters the Dyroth pick, even when they're on the Esmeralda.
And you do see Sam QT is like just a way that his mechanics as well are, you know, it's a step above like we seen last game. The pick up, like he picked off Phaeton in the bush. Like I don't even know if he had vision on Phaeton, if Phaeton showed himself, but he was able to like, yep, I know you're there. Let me take you out. So.
I didn't want to say it, but this was really smart combat. Hikaru Esports, Namikaze, they actually picked up a Harley in the last series that they played in, right? And that was in game 2 against a Xavier too. So it really feels like Black Bulls. They have done their homework. They've done the research. This is I feel like right now, Hikaru, that's what they were going for, right? Leaving the Xavier open, that's the only reason I could, I could come up with in my head. They want to go for that Harley again. They want to find that Xavier left open, and they want to go for the pick. But now with it banned, they're forced to go for a Lily. I feel like this one is kind of forced, you know? I feel like they wanted to go for the Harley, and now their composition might just fall on their head. Yisun Shin being hovered. They go for the Leo board. In the jungle. And the Claude in the gold lane.
Now this is interesting because Grok can really stop Leomord from getting his ultimate off, getting that horse, getting to the horse. So Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play this.
I've been waiting for
And
so long.
also Lilia kind of she kind of counters the Atlas to some degree early game. So we'll see how it plays out here. Phaeton on that carry. Very
This is
interesting.
interesting. Very interesting. You know, especially the Lilia pick, right? Because I mentioned a little bit about the Harley, but Lilia is one of the standard counters to Xavier. Lilia absolutely demolishes Xavier in the lane, so that's what they're trying to go for here. They want to just put pressure on that Xavier, force him to recall maybe, or you know, ideally they want to get the kills. They want to just shut him down from the get-go, but they're going to have to do a lot more work, you know, because with the jungler that they have, it's going to be really tough to really go in and look for those picks under the turret. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to jump into the land of Dawn. Black Bulls 1-0 ahead. They need one more game to sweep Hikaru Esports, the team with the best logo in this tournament. But Hikaru, they don't want to go down without a fight. They're coming in hot with their picks, the comfort picks here. Let's see if they can equalize in game number 2.
Really interesting to see how the Leomord actually goes, because he's really been a hit and miss pick, to be honest. If you can stop him from getting his power spike. And Leomord kind of hits his power spike about 8 to 9 minutes. He's really doing his sort of not max amount of damage, but damage that's hard to deal with.
Yeah. Right now, I actually do feel like, if we take a look at the win conditions, right? Hikaru, their win conditions are through the lane? You know, I feel like, yeah, it's through the lane. They have kill pressure up top. They want the Julian to go up top and help Kagome to get kills on Sam QT, shut him down from the get-go, clear out the minion waves in the mid lane just so that they can enable that to happen, right? The gank up top. If they don't get that rolling, it's actually going to be really tough for Hikaru, because look at Black Bulls' composition. This mid game is going to be scary. Leomord, Xavier, and Atlas.
One fatal lynx from Atlas can change the game. Like,
one team fight.
One team fight. And I don't really see much of a team fight comp from the side of Hikaru. So yeah, like you said, their win condition is laning. So we'll see how well they can, you know, answer the rotations and answer those macro plays by Black Bulls that they showed last game.
Well, you can already see those some adaptations here, but that's gonna be Namikaze instantly just deleted. First blood picked up by Bommy. He's looking for the double kill. He goes in, and even Paul flickers forward to try to go for it. He does not get the retribution though. It is gonna be Hikaru who picks it up. It's 2 kills traded in for the turtle. Black Bulls, they don't come out on top, but let's take a look at the replay.
Look at that damage from that Leomord there. Absolutely just wiped out Namikaze there. Even on Grok.
Yeah, now you see him, now you don't. This is... Okay, now I want to take back what I said. You know, you asked me the question, but wait a minute, here, down below. Okay, he's going to be safe. KLQT still getting out of there, but you asked me this question before the stream. Who do you think is the best revamped hero, right? I said Leomord is probably the one that I don't like the most, you know? Because obviously, they didn't really change his kit much. He changed some visuals, some damage, but he feels really strong in the hands of Bommy, man.
He does. I think that's just the mechanics of Bommy. He knows how to play that Leomord. He knows where his power spikes are. Do we see him trying to go in here? Nope, just gonna back out, get that farm going. Leomord's really important to farm early game. Get those, couple of items, those core items, and then you go out and you start really dishing out that damage.
Oh, Loaf gets the Fatal Links though, bringing it back to the Mystic Field as that's Bommy with the cleanup. Now KLQD jumping in with a Battle Mirror Image and the Blazing Duet. Bommy picks up a triple. He's looking for that Maniac. Hikaru Esports, they do not want to give it to him. Phaeton just backs away under the turret, recalling, but it's a 5-1 lead here. Only a 1,000 gold lead for the Black Bulls, so Hikaru are still in this game, but that laning win condition is starting to fade away.
It is, but we do see, Black Bulls are, they're trying to put as much pressure as they can on the lanes. So I think they understand they're a really strong laning team. Just look at the way that Black Bulls maneuver around the map. They got that Atlas, they got that Xavier, always together, ready to, you know, dish out their combination that they do have, the Xavier and the Atlas, just to get the other team to disengage. But we do see Kale down there at the bottom.
Wow.
Kind of get away. Yep.
It's so. You know, it's a very intelligent move here. You know, you can tell that they're communicating really well. Every single time, Black Bulls, they go for the turtle up top. They play the weak side down below. Wait a minute, though. There's a solo kill up top there. Kagome, finally, this is what they were waiting for. That solo lane victory. And Kagome, he delivers. He got that kill. Is it too late? That's the question I want to ask you, Combat.
I don't think it's too late. We still have the gold plating on the towers, right? They are only down by 1k gold. So, you know, a couple of team fights here, bit of farming, and they're back on the level playing field.
It's the caster curse, dude. Literally, as you say it, the gold plating just disappears, right? 5 minutes into the game. So, there you go. But Loaf, opening up the map, goes over the perfect match, will be caught, but the Fatal Links brings them back into the Dawning Light that connects onto 3, and Bomi again is here to wipe them out. They don't follow through. They do not go for more. Mid lane being pushed in by Hikaru, Blazing Duet down below by Kill QT. They're looking for a trade here, but in the mid lane, Bariza gets a kill onto Loaf. Sam QT trying to zone Kagome away. Mystic Field does not connect onto him. Both teams disengaging. No objectives taken just yet.
It's the suffocation effect of, you know, the Atlas and the Xavier letting Bomi go in and actually engage the enemy. Because, you know, Leomord's kind of easy to get away from, but they're really, you know, providing that support, and we see him possibly going down.
Oh, well, maybe it's another guy who goes down. Namikaze, he gets sniped. And, whoa, there's an impulsive flicker there by Low, but it all works in the end as TCC gets brought back. One more skill is what he needs to get, but look at the chain. It's going to be Low who picks up the kill. Paul traded back in. Hikaru back in it, gets the kill onto Paul. But again, look at Bomi, he's still there in the bottom side. He's still able to farm. Hikaru will be able to find compensation in this turtle. They get the favorable trade in this fight, and they equalize the gold.
Hikaru's just doing as much as they can to try to keep that gold lead. Keep that gold lead, you know, in a reasonable reach. And they do, you know, they're only 300 gold down at the moment.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting, right? Consider that they have twice as many kills here, but again, that's the combo that Hikaru has. TCC with the wild charge, comboed in by the damage from Namikaze and the enhanced chain that just knocks you up for such a long time and also does so much damage. Hikaru are really good at finding picks. This is what Black Bulls need to be careful of, right? The threat of that pick potential from Hikaru. If they go for a 5v5 team fight, Black Bulls have the edge, but if Hikaru can just isolate these members, it becomes really tough for the Black Bulls.
100%, and it comes down to that you know, that macro play again. Like I always say, whoever can get that macro play going, it leaves, you know, your gold laner alone, or it leaves your off laner alone that you can pick off.
Oh, well, exactly what you mentioned here. Low gonna get picked up by the Dawning Light once again onto 2. Namikaze forced to use the black shoes. That's gonna be Bariza targeted down, but he actually finds the way to outplay the situation for a bit up until Bomi shows up. He's on a horse and he's slicing and dicing everyone. He's looking for the wipeout, man. Kagome is able to run away. But again, if you go for those 5v5 team fights, especially the 4v5 team fights without Kagome, it's not going to look good for Hikaru.
You don't really have that damage. Your win condition. You're waiting for that Phaeton to hit his items and sort of hit that power spike. But we're only 8 minutes into the game, so I don't think Carry really has that damage just yet.
You can see it's clear, right? As you take a look at the instant replay, no damage just yet is the exact reason, literally the reason why they lost that team fight. They were able to rotate there faster, but they overcommitted. They over-engage, and look at this. The Fatal Links, once again, Namikaze is still able to run away with the Purify there, and the Black Shoes. The back line gonna get shredded by Kagome. With the Abyssum Strike, he's looking for more, but Loaf comes in to support them. Kagome still surviving, buying so much time, and again, isolating the members of the Black Bulls, as this is gonna be Hikaru who picks up the victory. 1-for-1, but look at the members. More low HP bars for Black Bulls. Hikaru can use this pressure to maybe create some more space and maybe force some objectives, but they don't really go for that just yet. They want to play disciplinedly. They want to wait and chill for those power spikes to hit.
And I think also they're kind of bit conscious about this Lord at the moment. Really trying to force a fight here. Trying to get the team of Black Bulls to come out, maybe possibly, you know, force a team fight and then take the Lord. But we'll see what happens. If Hikaru can push the lanes, you know, sort of take them away, then yeah, it's a really good plus point for them there. Bomi getting taken down.
Oh my god, Bomi baits it!
Fatal Link!
Oh my god! The baits from Bomi for his team to come through again on the back of that horse. Loaf comes in with the Fatal Links, comboed in with Paul, and let's take a look at the instant replay. Again, Bomi, how did he survive this with 1 HP? Literally the wall there, and the 3-man Fatal Links into the Mystic Field. You're not gonna move, and that was that was everything. Falling Sun, Blazing Duet, you name it, man. Everything in the kitchen sink was just thrown at Hikaru.
I'm in love with Loaf. That was an amazing engage. Like
Loaf with Loaf? Question mark?
I mean, Loaf. That engage by Loaf and the bait by Bomi was just really. It's, you know, they're on point and they're on. You know, you can tell that they've got a good synergy. They're on mic. They're talking to each other. Really working. You know, everything out here from laning to team fights. We do see Kale being taken out.
Yeah, Hikaru, they are aware, but again, Loaf! Oh my god, he finds 2! And the combo comes through again. Phaeton able to isolate these members as Bomi is going to be pinned down there by the enhanced chain. Knocked up, Phaeton picks up the shutdown, and this is exactly what we mentioned. Hikaru, if they're able to isolate the Black Bulls, they have so much single target damage. They can win out in these team fights. They just need to play it properly, accordingly to their win conditions, and we're seeing it here. A 1-for-1. But Hikaru, they're the ones who pick up the turret. They're the ones who defend the Lord.
And Mirko, we're about to hit that 12-minute mark, and I think Phaeton is about to hit his power spike. You know, he was bursting down that Esmeralda just there, as we've seen. Yeah, it was.
And
so we've got
has
Wind
the defensive item.
Yeah, he does. So Phaeton is a win condition if Hikaru can keep Phaeton alive and create those engages where it's safe for Phaeton to really burst down the enemy. But then again, you know, you're really not respecting the Atlas when you don't take the Purify. I don't care how quick-handed you are with the flicker or, you know, the sprint. A good Atlas is always going to catch you. They have flicker also, so
what they need to do right now is kind of similar to, well, Black Bulls did this to Hikaru in game number 1, right? TCC was on that Lolita with the Numenor Blast combo with the Flicker. It's actually very easy for him to look for these crazy engages, but Black Bulls, they were always there, pushing the tempo, forcing TCC to use the Flickers defensively, right? Therefore, he wasn't really able to look for those engages with the Numenor Blast anymore. That's what Hikaru needs to try to replicate in game number 1. Oh, never mind. Namikaze gets bursted down, but wait a minute, Fatal Links now connecting onto 2. That's not the right engage. Kagome, though, looking for re-engages. That's going to be Sam QT jumping in with the falling Star Moon, finding Namikaze. Phaeton joining in the team fight here, jumping in, flickers forward, finds the kill onto Paul, and that's a 2 for 2. Phaeton is strong. The members of Black Bulls are isolated. This is a win for Hikaru Esports.
I think we're about to hit damage control for the Black Bulls. Phaeton is showing that he is dangerous, and Hikaru is saying, we are protecting Phaeton now.
That's the name of the TCC game. Hyper carry meta back.
It's back. And we see Carry trying to make a move on Claude here.
Almost. You know, if KLQT, if he chose the wrong path there, he would have been taken down. But it seems like with this maneuver that they're doing, they're going to have a good position. But the thing is, do they want to sandwich the Black Bulls? Remember, they don't want to group up. They don't want to look for these kind of team fights. They want to go for picks. That might be it. Loaf opening up the map with the perfect match, finding TCC and Phaeton. Instant conceal here. They're trying to look for more. Trying to look for the engage, and TCC finds it. No follow-up though. That's a wild charge burnt for nothing, and a conceal. Without those two, it's gonna be really tough for Hikaru to open up this side of the map. Lord Pit already here, going to be the target. That's gonna be the fatal links onto Kagome. They use such a big ability onto one member, and that's the combo with the blazing duet. But look at the damage coming through from Phaeton, who's still able to kite away. Damage onto Lope, but the damage coming in with the burst from the Black Bulls comes through, and that's the triple kill for the side of Bomi. 4 for 1. Falling Star Moon locking Namikaze in place, but the Purify is there to help him to safety. It is the Black Bulls on top coming into this fight. It seemed like Hikaru had the better position, but Black Bulls, they recovered really well.
I was gonna say, I thought the positioning by by Grok and by Phaeton there in the bush, I thought that was a little I thought that was good, because you've got Atlas on the other side, so you don't really want to group together with your team. You want to make Atlas choose which fatal links he wants, who he's going to take out. Not a smorgasbord of, your team in one circle, let Atlas get a 5-man or a 3-man, and basically let them pile in. But it was a great outplay by Black Bulls. Oh my god!
Again, they're gonna be able to bring Kagome back, but look at the enhanced chain also for it. They might be able to turn this around. Mystic Field, they're catching two, but it is going to be two members from both of these teams taken down. So Hikaru, they're gonna be able to defend this once more. They will lose that top side base turret though. TCC trying to zone them away once again, but with Namikaze, with the wall as well, they are most probably going to be able to defend this one. The Lord is going, yeah, it's gonna be really close, and the Lord actually will be able to take that turret down. They're taking more turrets on the board. Mid lane gonna be targeted here. They still have their ranged members, and look at that high ground. The Dawning Light snipes Namikaze down. Even in your base, you're not safe from the Dawning Light of Paul.
Yeah, you have to take out Xavier in a ban. It's too dangerous. And we do see that Phaeton does have his full set of items here, and he has gone with the Athena Shield. Same with Claude, has full set of items with the Athena Shield. So interesting here from them both. A lot of magic damage on either side, so I think good item pickups there.
Who's more of a threat though? That's a question I need to ask you. Combat. Is it the Claude with full items, or is it the carry with full items?
Carry, hands down. It is the carry with full items. Especially if her team can really create that space. Let her go in and shred down the enemies. But Claude does have the upper hand of, Atlas going in. All that, all of this stuff going on allows Claude to jump in and, hit that blazing duet. But again, yeah, I really hard for me to say. To be honest, I would say KLQT is more dangerous because of the lineup of Black Bulls.
Yeah, I agree with you. I kind of agree and I disagree as well, because if it's a 1v1, yeah, I agree. Carry does win out overall, but because they have such a good team fight comp, they can just create space at will for KLQT to come in with a blazing duet. Black Bulls, they have the more, they have the bigger threat in that gold lane. KLQT with full items, with the Wind of Nature and the Sprint, he's going to be able to catch up to everybody, especially, again, he has those 5 stacks constantly. He's a guy who's able to keep those 5 stacks on Claude at every single moment, but look!
My god!
And onto the Dawning Light! Phaeton is low, they cannot go anywhere, the Immortalities popped all around, and look, Namikaze pops the Winter's Truncheon, he is going to fall, an unstoppable from Samo, from Sam QT, as they will go for the Evolved Lord. No, they're not even going to go for it. TCC and Phaeton, 2 members left. left for Hikaru. They're gonna have to look for the defense of the century here to stay in this game. Miniwave's coming through. They need to clear it fast, but look, Mystic Field connecting. Phaeton has no backup, but it's still able to come through and win it out. Not for long though. Black Bulls, they're able to burst him down. They're looking for the base. Look at Bomi. He's all the way under the base. He will be able to finish it off. And Hikaru Esports will have to be
Victory!
will have to be knocked out of NACT. Again, another upset.
What a day of upsets. That Atlas ulti, those fatal chains. Like I said, it takes one fatal chains to change the game. And there we go. They didn't even need the Lord. Look at this right here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. A fatal links into a Leomord ulti, into a Dawning Light. I don't know what else to say. The Blazing Duet. That was perfect. That was a perfect setup by them.
It's a
unfortunately sad end.
But man, that was complete domination. At one point in that late stage of the game, right? Because it was TCC and Hikaru Esports were able to actually come back, especially with Phaeton hitting those power spikes. But the thing is, it all comes down to that team fight. When there are neutral objectives, you can't really isolate these members, right? So the team fight composition shined brighter here in game number 2. It's another clean sweep combat and another clean sweep that I did not predict.
I didn't expect this at all. I thought we were gonna get some, longer games today, but it just goes to show you these teams really want it. They know that it's the biggest tournament. How many eyes are on them? So it's a big stepping stone for them to do good in this tournament. But again, man, Mirko.
Yeah.
Atlas.
I mean, my hair is all messy, man. I've literally just been...
I've been doing this.
Yeah, same. I've just been doing this the entire time while casting. It's been a crazy day. BTK losing, I thought that was going to be crazy, right? It was crazy, obviously, but here in game 2 as well, there's just a theme. There's just a theme, right? Combat. Today is the day of upsets. Maybe we'll see the day... tomorrow may be the day of the favorites. But what a show. What a show. Even it's a 2-0, but it felt like a close 2-0, right? Every single game was hard fought here.
Except for that first BTK game.
Yeah, the first BTK game. That
seemed like Zane was asleep, or I don't know what was happening. But don't want to take anything away from
Meta.
Because Meta, like, that's the best I've ever seen someone play against BTK. Yeah. Again, after the M3 tournament. So yeah, no, big props to Meta, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the NA scene. Like we said, this is the summer season. We do have a winter season coming up. There are more tournaments coming out for NA. So if you didn't get into this tournament and you think you've got what it takes, look at Meta. Keep training, and you can maybe take out Meta. Maybe take out BTK.
Right now, it's gonna be scary if you're Meta, right? Because you're the team to beat right now. You beat the quote unquote the best in NA, right? That's what everyone was thinking. Everyone was thinking that BTK would just stomp everyone in NACT, but that's just been shattered. All of our expectations have just been shattered. Who's the strongest in NA? How much has NA progressed since M3? Well, that's a question that maybe Dave can help answer here. Combat Cat and Mirko, we're signing off. Thank you guys so much. But Dave, let's see what you have to say.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the host desk. Again, another upset, just like our brilliant caster correctly pointed out. What a day of upsets, back to back. Interesting matches. Like when I was watching M3, BTK taking on Blacklist, and nobody was really knowing NA had that in us. And sure enough, BTK proved the world different. Now, obviously, coming to this tournament, right? We have NA, we have teams like Meta showing the rest of the world that, yeah, and it has more in store for you for all the tournaments upcoming, all the matches upcoming. Just to give a little glimpse, you know, today is just a sneak peek of what's in store for NA, because we have a lot more matches upcoming. Tomorrow, we got Deuce Knight taking on Team First Spot, Insomniacs taking on 9 o'clock. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're from North America, if you're a viewer who are supporting NAC, make sure to join the giveaway. Make sure to use the code showing on screen right now, and use the link in description to redeem the code. Again, only 50 players get to redeem the prizes. I don't even know if it's already taken away, but you might as well try it to see if you get 100 free diamonds. With that being said, that's gonna be it for us today. Big shout out to our incredible casters, Mirko and Combatcatgaming. Make sure to follow their respective social medias so you can follow their future casting, as well as their journey in Mobile Legends on the Land of Dawn. With that being said, that's going to be it for all of us today. Big shout out to all the viewers, big shout out to all the teams. Assassin Dave signing off. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye for now. Mwah.